Hi guys, I thought I'd come on and do a mid to end of July. It's going to be big. It's going to be all about this energy here that I pulled, and it is about karmic release. This is the violet flame of transmutation, and this clears out karmic debris, whether you understand it as karmic or whether this is just old negative beliefs, things that are not serving you, emotional. On the 22nd, 23rd, we go from Cancer into Leo. So that's going to be a big shift from water into fire. But before we get there, I feel the period between the 18th and the 23rd is going to be a great karmic release. And that's just not me. It is in the astrology, because there's something called, you might have heard it going about, Andreas Barbault. It's the Barbault basket. Now, Andreas Barbault was a French astrologer who died in 2019. But before this, years before this, he highlighted July 2026, now remember he died in 2019, as a turning point for humanity. Now that's a big statement. We can feel it. We can see that things can't go on the way that they are. Now there's what the basket is all about. It's about a configuration of the sky. And if you look at the astrological wheel, it looks like a sacred geometry of a basket. So that's where they get the analogy of the basket from, or a cradle. And it involves Pluto, Neptune, Jupiter and Uranus. Now they're all outer planets. They're all the slower moving planets. And they are in air and fire signs. There's no water or earth. So that means there's no feminine. Water and earth is feminine. And I found that interesting. They're all at 4 degrees, and this is rare. And 4 degrees, or the number 4 in numerology, is about stability. And the fire and air, and my heart is just really, and my throat, I've got like a burning sensation coming up there. I'm just sharing that with you guys, because I feel like there is some kind of clearing. It's burning away some old heart shields that you've had around your heart. And I feel like this Leo season is going to be one of the biggest we've ever had to do with heart healing and burning away the ego on a global level and personal level. I'm getting back to it now because I'm just digressing. I'm trying to delve into this energy. I keep coming back to it, but I can't. It's not making any sense, but I don't think it's meant to. I really don't think it's meant to. So going back to the number 4, stability, and the masculine energy of fire and air. I feel my very simple explanation is we're clearing out some old masculine wounding, old masculine ways of being, some patriarchal energy in our personal world, in our karmic world. And this would be the energy here that I pulled the other day in my personal reading. It is healing the divine masculine, where we've been in that doer, provider, protector, that survival energy, suppressing our feminine from within, where we've been in that very neglected feminine. And Cancer is waking up, and I feel like a lot of us have been doing this, waking up and thinking, what do I need? What does my body need? What do my emotions need? Where's my sensitivity being blocked? Where have I not been heard, seen or recognised? And when we look at our past, our childhood, where is our ancestral, because Cancer can represent the ancestral energy, where is that ancestral energy come from, and where does it stop, more importantly? And I think that's where this comes in, the karmic clearing. The karmic clearing. So I'm just going to go in, pull some cards for the overall energy, but bearing in mind we're in this big astrological Barbault basket, cradle, and we are at turning point of humanity. Now this is not just going to happen overnight, but because Uranus is in the mix with this, expect the unexpected. And this is why I feel I can't delve into a specific energy. I think it's going to be across many levels. Earthly, emotional, personal, global. And this is going to then be the building block for what we create moving forward. But first of all, while we're in Cancer season, it's asking us to release some kind of karmic, emotional baggage that we might have been hanging on to. So whatever begins now in this Barbault, the 18th, 23rd, is meant to open doors. It's meant to evolve. And I feel there's going to be a big shift. And there might be some aha moments. Things that were slower, stuck, because you were stuck in this old karmic loop. I feel like it's going to break free. break you free. Let's get into it. Let's see what wants to come out. I'm going to use my moon deck. This is the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Let's see what energies want to come out. What's this energy for the mid to end of July? Now, whilst we're in this energy of mid to end July, there's a lot of shifts. There's a lot of connections with other planets. So we're going to be having, as always, the full moon back end of the month, 29th. That's in Aquarius. Then we have the sun changing signs into Leo. So we're going to see that Cancerian energy changing from that emotional energy into that fire energy. Then we're going to see Mercury, attraction, that's more Leo energy. Then we are going to see, and acceptance. Then we are going to see Mercury stationing direct. So he's now stopped going back over the old places in that them Cancer energies that we needed to see: home, children, family, childhood, maternal, paternal line. And it's asking us to move forward now and leave an old wound behind, because it's squaring Chiron on the day that it actually stations direct. So that's going to be interesting to see. Yep, I'm free from that now. Where have I had to accept some self-worth, self-love energies within myself? Making peace, coming to some acceptance, getting out of that masculine, I have to fix, provide, protect, figure it all out. Attraction then came out first for July. What are you attracting? Now remember, the attractive energy, it is, we attract our tribe, we attract what the world, what we vibrate, we create. And this is that energy of what I think I create. So this is what are you attracting in your world in July. Mid to end of July, attraction. And the attraction energy is our feminine. Are you chasing or are you attracting? Are you pulling it in? Your feminine is what receives energy. Your masculine is what is the action orientated. So if you think about a battery, you need the masculine and the feminine. We need the positive charge and the negative charge for something to do, to move forward. What are you attracting in your world? What cycle are you attracting over and over again? Again, this is going to be coming up for this karmic violet flame release. What else do we have? And that's number 44. There's them fours again. And at the bottom of the deck, there's number 4, acceptance. Fours are about stability. Being stable in your world, your masculine world, your feminine world, emotionally safe, physically safe, practically safe. Sovereignty, standing in your sovereign power. 41 on this card, so that's number 5. Standing in your power. There's that queen putting her crown back on. Reclaiming parts of you that were lost. Lost in this old karmic cycle. But now that's burnt away. What parts of you do you need to reclaim? Your feminine attraction. Remember that attraction from the feminine. What else do we have? Wisdom. 22, Master Builder. Where have you gained a lot of wisdom from these old ancestral wounds, these old ancestral cycles? In Cancer, what you've grown and matured, where's your emotional maturity? Where have you figured out something? Or now what are you building your future on? She's waving at the moon, or the stars. And she's in a boat, but she's in the clouds. She's above something. Seeing above, a higher perspective. But you've reached the top. You can see she's got a ladder there and she's at the top. Interesting. You've reached the top. And you've gained a lot of wisdom. And now it's time to rebuild. So 2 and 2, there's that 4 energy again. 2 and 2 equals 4. You've become emotionally stable through the journey. But something had to heal within your divine masculine. Now remember, we need the masculine. Whether man or woman, we need it. Patience. Maybe some of you have learnt patience. Some of you have learnt the wisdom of patience. and trusting. Here we have a woman with a balloon, and she's looking out at a portal, the full moon. This could be you looking out, and that full moon in Aquarius on the 29th of July. Aquarius is about setting you free from something. Freedom, liberated. It might be then that you see the liberation from a difficult cycle. But for now, we are having to be discerning. Discerning with our time, our love, our energy, our money, our whatever that might be. Some discernment wants to come in. I'm getting the energy of Saturn with this. Number 10 is completion. Saturn is our taskmaster energy. It is our liberator. It is our freeing us from a cycle, but the hard cycle, when you've learnt the lesson. Where have you had your head in the clouds? Just like this lady. But that, I feel like it's asking you to go within. You're gaining some kind of power here. This is your solar plexus, and this is Leo energy, some confidence. Having your head in the clouds. This might be an illusion energy. This could be like a Neptunian energy. Dreaming. What else do we have? Pleasure. Your guilty pleasure. I feel it's time for you to have fun. And whilst the universe is coming in, because we have a lot of fate and destiny in July, the nodes are shifting, which are the nodes are responsible for the eclipses. And we do head into eclipse season next month, but they're shifting now. So they're shifted from Virgo to Pisces. And I feel like this is where this discernment has come in that Pisces area of your world. Pisces is spirituality, ruled by Neptune. Where you've been discerning in your spiritual practice, where you've trusted, you've had patience, that this bigger picture, this whole cycle, has taught you something ancestrally, karmically. And now it's saying have pleasure. Go and have some fun. Leo is about fun. Jupiter's in Leo. And Jupiter's one of these planets that's connected to that barbell basket. He wants to expand, bring in good luck, good fortune. But he wants you also to release this so you can, the karmic loop, so you can make room for it. And this is saying, go have some fun. What brings you pleasure? What brings you fun? For those of you that have done the work and you've been patient and discerning, this is where I think in this pause, I think it's a period of a void. I think that's where we are right now. Especially leading up to the full moon, but also leading up to this when the planets are, the nodes of the moon are changing. Trust. You're having to trust the process. You're in incubation. I don't know whether you can see it there, but there's a woman in an egg. And it's not ready to hatch yet, but it's very close. It looks like she's fully formed. She's ready to come out, she's ready to birth, but she's still cocooned. And this is asking you to trust, be patient. Darkness, you're in the void. And this is long night moon. There's something that you're needing to look at. Some old masculine wounds, possibly. Again, that barbelled basket is going to bring in some kind of stability in our masculine areas of our world. Healing the divine masculine. Blossoming, because you are blossoming. And just because you might not be able to see that flower, this is number 33, again under the master number, 33 petals of the heart. You are blossoming. Do the inner work all through Cancer season leading up to the 22nd, 23rd. It asks us to go in. Ask us to go in. And this is extremes. This is the hot moon. This is a fiery moon. Anger, masculine, passion. Where are you reacting from anger instead of drawing that energy in as a creative spark, as passion, as love for life, as vitality? Just asking for self-love. Self-love is your protection right now. Self-love is your protection. Again, she's in a basket. The Barbolt's basket. You're protected. You're safe. Self-love will protect your energy right now. I know that's a weird message, but give love to a situation, to yourself. Try not to be the one that's trying to figure it out. Remember, we're healing the control of the masculine. We're needing to go into that feminine receptivity and self-love and acceptance of situations. And that's where the release is coming in. It's coming in energetically, cosmically, divine timing, if you like. Let go of control. Okay, let me see what... I'm going to pull on my gateway of light activation. I feel like I want to go quite high spiritually in this energy. What else do we have? What is this mid to end of July bringing in? Orion activation. Supernova, recreation, renewal, rebirthed by light. Rebirthed by light, not by fear, the darkness, the void. Although we need the darkness, we need the shadow. That's where the gold is. That's where the projection is. We need that, but we can transform it. We can learn a lot from our shadow. And this is the Orion activation. Supernova, recreation, renewal. What else do we have? Crystal skull wisdom. And this is clarity, divine healing, high vibrational energy. I can't put into words what this energy is, but it's big. I feel like it's going to wake a lot of people up. There's some aha moments, there's some clarity coming in, but it's from internal, not external. It's trusting a higher knowledge, wisdom, I feel in July. And that's where the healing is. The Gaia Gateway activation, and this is learning experiences, wisdom transmission, and earth intelligence. We came here on a mission, all of us. Each and every one of us came here on a mission. We signed a soul contract, if you like. We signed a soul contract. We knew what we were going to experience because there was wisdom gained from it. There's the soul star activation, yeah. So he is the Merkaba above his head, as sacred geometry. And this is Horus, the son of Osiris, and Isis, the Egyptian gods and goddesses. He holds a lot of wisdom, third eye, inner knowing, perception, divine perception, awakening that divine, that pineal gland. And this is fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. We all came in with gifts to raise the frequency on planet Earth. And that's what this is, the Gaia Gateway activation. We're ending big karmic cycles, but it starts with our vibration. Now the Merkaba is two tetrahedrons joined together, and these can never be separated. And it is the divine masculine and the divine feminine united. Where have we been separated? In a heavy patriarchal energy from our feminine, from our mother love, from our divine feminine wisdom. Our heart shut down because we were in the mind, our ego. So our heart naturally shuts down. If you don't use it, you lose it. You lose that connection. Fight or flight, fear, survival, figuring things out, being of service. This is where it's changing. The soul star activation. The soul star is above your head. above your crown. It's the higher realms, the higher dimensions. Okay, what do we have at the bottom? Temple of Truth, throat chakra. And this is authenticity, self-expression. Where have you held back out of a fear of not fitting in, a fear of rejection, a fear of competition, a fear of distrust, dishonesty in various dynamics within your world that's put you into that masculine, that wounded masculine? And again, these have been passed down so strongly because we've been in a heavy survival. And this is summer. Bask in joy and light. This is summer. This is Leo energy. And I feel like this is what it wants to activate. I feel like joy is going to activate and release some kind of karmic closure. We're done with the work. We're done with the healing. And this is just saying surrender it now. Stop trying to control it. The sun. The sun rules over Leo. The sun activation, the summer, Sky Father, trust in the unknown. Go have some fun, guys, in July. Trust in the unknown, Sky Father. Mother Earth. So Sky Father for me is Uranus. Uranus is the sky god and Mother Earth is the Earth Mother. They've been in separation from one another for thousands of years through patriarchal energies separating them. It's time to bring them back together, heaven on earth. The Mother Father energy, star ancestors, follow the voice of your soul. Again, it's very galactic, it's very out there. I can't put words to the energy. I'm just going to shovel some more cards. Shuffle with the basket. Shovel. Where's that coming? Bucket and spade. That's what I'm getting. Go have some fun on the beach. Build some sandcastles. Hold the space. Druid energy. Again, very grounded shamanic energy. But this is the masculine. Where have we been disconnected? Where's the masculine? Compassion, love, spirituality being disconnected from our earth. It's asking us to connect, and I feel like this is what's waking up a new masculine awakening within men and women, but within us ultimately. We're being softer to the earth, we're being more connecting, get out in nature, dream the journey, the drum, the dreamer, shamanic drumming. What else do we have? The moon. Take note of intuitive messages. But we'll only get these if we're still, if we're slowing down, if we're out in nature, we're doing the meditation, we're connecting, we're taking time to connect with Mother Earth, honouring the cycles. We've been disconnected from the natural cycles of Earth, following the moon patterns, the sun, the astrology. It all holds keys. And this is see your seeds grow. And that's where it is. We've done it. We've cleared it. It's now asking us to connect now with earth and trust. What we've planted is now starting to sprout. The wise one. Grow with your current situation. There's that grow with your current. She's wisdom. She's the crone. Mother Maiden crone. And this at the bottom, that's wait for important information. But this is the oracle. This is not external, this is internal. You are the oracle. You are the magician. You are the wise one. You are the starseed. I just feel like there's a huge awakening coming in, guys. Protection guardian, you are protected. Drop your shields. Drop your shields. Seek that information. If you're spiritually connected, ask. But know that you are. Don't ask again and feel, oh no, because you don't see it, you don't trust it. But know if you invoke angels, guides, wherever it is, trust that you are protected. And go about your day, but have fun. And trust your intuition. Trust your body when it's speaking to you. Is it coming from that old patriarchal masculine, the ego? Or is it coming from that now awakened, softer masculine that's now in union with her feminine, his feminine, and they could co-create together in a more beautiful world? Now, wouldn't that be something? Happy July, guys. Take care.